Welcome back to the Independent Investor Channel, rolling out the most value on the channel when we showcase these different accounts that I go into. This is going to be an M1 portfolio review of my SPDR portfolio. A lot of different strategic initiatives in this. We just surpassed our $10,000 goal. I talk all the time about the importance of setting those investment thresholds, and for new investors that don't think that they can make that $10,000 mark ever, I do contend it's the toughest mark to make. We just made it. We made it in about 16 months. This portfolio is comprised of the 11 Vanguard specialty ETFs, commonly referred to as SPDRs. I own them all. Okay, with the power of M1 Finance, these videos allow me the opportunity to showcase what M1 Finance has to offer. This account is 100% passive. This is passive investing 101. This account has been funded. There has been not one liquidation in 16 months. It's been completely sleepy, and with the recent run up in the market, it just surpassed the $10,000 mark. So with that, guys, I'm going to drop you into the account. We're going to conduct the review. So this is M1 Finance for you guys that haven't been through these portfolio reviews. We've just hit our $10,000 mark. This is one of those strategic goals that I contend that very, very difficult for people to perceive ever reaching. I think it's one of the most important milestones that you can reach in your financial wealth building evolution. I think it can prove to yourself a lot. I think during the $0 to $10,000 march for a new investor, I think that you're probably the most vulnerable. I think just by nature of the fact that you go from 0 to 10, that is your starting phase. And I think you can easily succumb to market volatility. I think you really do subject yourself to believing in a plan that you don't have a whole lot of time with, and the validation just isn't there. And so I set out on this journey sometime back early last year here, March 5th of 2019. So here we are in September of 2020, and this account has been growing nicely. You can see here the chart and the value over time trickle up with dollar cost average schedule of about $25. Here we took a downturn during early 2020. I funded the account up and then continued on, and then took another fund up here with some money. But for the most part, this has been a DCA every 2 weeks here. Very simple to do with M1 Finance. This is an example of passive investing for anybody out there that is looking for just an example of how somebody seeks out their exposure to the market. This is kind of a hybrid strategy. Typically, folks that would be looking to start a portfolio could probably get it done by just entering into the S&P 500 or the total stock market index, both of which I really like, both Vanguard products that allow that type of entry to the stock market using one product and one product only. But I thought long and hard before I entered into this, and that this just really made sense to me. And it made sense to me on a couple fronts, and I've taken a little bit of heat for doing this. I'm not really sure I understand why. I think I'm onto something here. And this is my money. I can invest how I want. I certainly don't have to come onto YouTube and declare how it is that I invest. I could just silently wealth build and not help a soul. I'm not like that. I roll these videos out, and if you're really gleaning the message from why I put these out so often, you're getting a multifaceted introduction to how I seek entry to the market. You're getting a tutorial on M1 Finance that I'm super excited to be part of. It's just a great wealth building tool, just to speak bluntly. And I think for a lot of investors, M1 Finance can really be that opportunity that you may seek to get up to that first $10,000 goal. I've just proven that you can do it within the first 16, 17 months. And some people are going to say, you know what, I can beat you. I can do it quicker. And that's great. You know, if you can figure out how to do it quicker, but do it safely and do it responsibly, I'm all about it. At the end of the day, guys, what we're looking to do here is empower investors to the power of wealth building and the stock market. And M1 Finance kind of manufactures in some discipline in their platform. And the more I use M1, the more I realize that my initial criticisms of the platform, although valid, you can see here that the trading windows only exist once a day for the free version. You can do M1 Plus and pay for the second version. I have not got bored on that necessity or that that line of thinking to have to pay for two entries, because M1 Finance is conducive to those long-term investors. They really are. It is a wealth building tool. If you're looking to trade in and out of stock and you're looking for more trading activity in your regimen, M1 Finance is not for you. It is not. M1 Finance is perfect for a set it and forget it type of mentality. If you're looking to be a trader, go with one of the major brokers. You'll be happy you did. TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, etc. down the line. I'm with Merrill Bank of America. But M1 Finance really does help new investors. They do offer Roth IRA accounts. This is an example of one of two taxable accounts that I do have with M1 Finance. And you can see here how I've sought my exposure using the 11 sector spider ETFs. These are commonly referred to as spiders. These are the sector specialty ETFs on the Vanguard's website. And those of you who have been with me before for the review, I roll these out to provide an update on how each of the individual sectors are performing. Technology still outperforming, doing quite well. 10 out of the 11 sectors after the 16, 17 months are in the green, and quite substantially, I might add. I didn't go over what we're looking at here, about 1,420 of market gains, which is capital appreciation, and then just over $100 of dividends. These Vanguard dividend will be paid in September at the time of filming this video, so I do expect that the next dividend payout will come at some point in September here. And the cool thing about owning all of these ETFs at the same time is they all pay at the same time. So that's kind of cool. Some sectors pay more than the others, specifically with utilities and real estate respectively. They kind of jump out at me as some of the larger dividend paying groups. Energy is a good one, and then of course Staples is another good one, but I think the overall yield on this account is fairly light, and that's fine. It does render a dividend. I think it's about 2%, which is fine, nothing to shake a stick at. I think any new investor could look at this tutorial in a quick manner and say, you know what, I'm not ready for single stock, but I will take this $1,420 in gains. Ryan just said he didn't do squat with this portfolio. I didn't. All I did was buy. That's it. All I did was start this and become an investor. That is it. And there's no secret recipe. There's no infusion of magic that I put over this portfolio. There's no number of YouTube videos that you need to watch to engage in a program like this. Now, I do share this portfolio open. You're welcome to click into it. I share it in the description of this video. Every single video that I make, I openly share this exact portfolio that you're looking at. So you don't need to try to memorize all 11 of these specialty ETFs. You can click into it at your leisure. But I do these just to update you on the progress. And the point of this video is to really kind of identify the fact that we've went over that $10,000 mark in this portfolio, which is the initial goal. The next goal will be $25,000. You see how I up the threshold there? You meet those thresholds, and you'll get used to meeting those thresholds, and it helps to sit back and listen to an experienced investor like myself blow through barriers like this that really can prohibit somebody from even starting investing because they don't think that they can do it. And I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can. So with that, we'll conclude the video, guys. We'll kick you back to YouTube and we'll finish up. Thank you so much. All right, guys, so we've come out of the M1 Finance taxable account with the sector SPDR ETFs. This really should be motivation for a new investor. If you don't think that you can do it, you absolutely can do it. This portfolio takes very little effort to monitor. It's passive in nature. It's a very, very fun, kind of a hybrid strategy of entering into a diversified program. Yes, one that renders somewhat of a small dividend on the portfolio. Give yourself a chance for some capital appreciation. Gives yourself the opportunity to set it up on dollar cost averaging. And with the power of M1 Finance as a wealth building tool, they really do manufacture a lot of the discipline inside the account, because you're not going to want to go in there and try to tinker with this account. You're going to want to become an investor. And for a lot of folks that are on the sideline as a new investor, you can really look at a program like this and look at how I've strategically allocated each of the sector ETFs and look at that strategic allocation for yourself. If you don't like how I've allocated it, you can custom allocate it for yourself within M1 Finance. So super glad to roll out these showcasing videos of M1 Finance, and hopefully you guys found value as well. Guys, if it's your first time to the channel, make sure and hit the subscribe button, leave your comments at the bottom of this video, share the message with those beginning investors that are on the sideline and they're just looking for that little bit of motivation to enter into the market. M1 Finance provides a fantastic first account to start. They do offer Roth IRA accounts, they do offer taxable accounts, and it's just a great wealth building tool, as that is in fact the initiative for new investors to start themselves on a wealth building path going forward. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the message, and good luck in your investment future.